Hello there, welcome back to this channel. I welcome you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome. This is a channel where we talk about financial growth and your personal growth. Why? Because your personal growth affects your financial growth. And guess what? I don't want you just to be you have that personal growth, but your pocket says no, or your pocket says yes, but you look different than what your pocket says. So this week we've been talking about scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. And there are some concepts that will help you to shift from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. The first technique that will make you shift your mindset is positive self-talk. You talk to yourself, and if you talk to yourself, what do you tell yourself? You tell yourself that you can't make it. What do you tell yourself? So today, I want us to look at the power of self-talk. Studies have shown that people who practice positive self-talk, they have a great success in various areas of their lives. Not only financials, but in almost every area of their life. So what is positive self-talk? Positive self-talk is where you replace the negative thoughts that come into your mind with positive thoughts. You may have seen people say that I say these affirmations every morning, or there is this Bible verse that I walk with every day. If a negative thought tries to capture my mind, this is what I use. It is also consciously choosing to focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. But you see, most people, they focus on their weaknesses. And if somebody points out, oh, Jane, this is your weakness, you start feeling bad. You start feeling bad about yourself, and you start having that negative self-talk. But if you're focusing on your strengths, even if someone points out the weakness part that you have or your weaknesses, you never feel it, because you can replace that with the strength that you have or you possess. Positive self-talk can help you challenge the limiting beliefs that you always feel. Like, I'm not good with money. You can replace with a positive phrase, I am good with money. If you think about, I can never be able to invest, you replace it with, I'm a great investor. And you talk about that over and over again until your mind knows that you're very good in finances. Believe it or not, positive self-talk helps you boost your self-esteem. There is this book by Brian Tracy where he says that once he started telling himself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, he started making huge sales. But when he did not have a great self-concept about himself, he wasn't making any sales. And every time he wanted to make a sale, he always said, I love myself, I love myself. And he made a sale because he was confident by who he was. The reason he made those sales is not because he was experienced, no. It is because he felt good about himself. And when you feel good about yourself, guess what? Your motivation rises. So if there was something, a limiting belief that was here, and just your motivation have risen, then you can achieve anything that you set your mind into. By the way, have you told yourself that you love yourself? If you haven't, pause and say, I love myself, because you should first love yourself. That is number one phrase that you can be telling yourself. I love myself. I love myself. How do you develop this positive self-talk? Be mindful of your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're thinking, especially on about your finances. If you pay attention to what you think, you can tell me if you're a negative thinker about finances or you're a positive thinker of finances. So if you notice there is that voice or that thought that have come in that is so negative, try to replace it with a positive thought. And from the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. And why does your mouth speak? From the abundance of your heart is because your mind is also feeding your heart. Because what you think about, what you read about, that's what you will speak about. When you pay close attention to your thoughts, you will notice when that negative thought kicks in. For example, you might see wealthy people and how they spend their money, and you start saying, they must have been in Illuminati, or they use Illuminati. Guess what? You have just closed your mind from knowing what they do. But if you replace it with, wow, I'd like to learn and know what they do to be this wealthy, guess what? You have now an open mindset. Do you see the difference? I hope you notice the difference of those two thoughts. Are you aware of your strengths and your weaknesses? I would love you to write down a list of your strengths. When you write them down, please try to memorize them and try to read that note or that paper where you wrote every day. Why? Because when that negative thought come in about yourself, how you feel about yourself, you can always remind yourself about all those strengths that you possess when you notice that there is a negativity or you're feeling discouraged. Do you have positive statements that help you to overcome your negative self-talk? So this is another thing, that you should always have those positive statements that you use to overcome those negative thoughts. For example, there is this one phrase that I love: I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So every time I feel discouraged and I feel I don't want to do this, I feel so tired, I'm not capable of this, I say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And when I just say that, hey, my motivation rises up and I'm able to do all the things that I think they're impossible. Watch what you feed your mind. What are you feeding your mind every day? Are you feeding your mind negativity, or are you feeding your mind positivity? Because if you feed your mind with negative stuff, negative thoughts, you always talk about all the negative thoughts. Let's face it, even your body, if you feed your body the wrong stuff, obviously within no time we will see a change. But if you start feeding your body with the right food, with exercise, we will also notice a good difference. So what are you feeding your mind with every day? You need to replace the things that you read. You have to replace the things that you watch, because self-talk or positive self-talk, or any self-talk that you talk to yourself, comes directly from what you feed your mind. So if you surround yourself with the billionaires, guess what? You'll be always thinking about, oh, these millionaires, they do this, and that is what we will hear you talking about. And that is what you will also be talking to yourself about. But if you surround yourself with people who keep on complaining, or you surround yourself with the videos that you're watching, they're not even adding any value to your life, guess what? You will be the most negative person we've ever seen. So positive talk is a powerful tool to elevate you to your financial goals and your financial freedom. You can never achieve your financial freedom and financial goals if you're always a negative person. So from today, start those positive talks. I'll give you an example of what I do. I look at myself in the mirror in the morning, and the first thing I see is I love the person that I see standing in front of me. And what I tell that person is, I love you and you can do it. I also go ahead and write all the things that I think that I'm capable of doing. I write them down and read them. I haven't touched my phone yet, because once you touch your phone, well, you can never cultivate any meaningful thoughts, because you'll start worrying about things that you cannot control. I may not be a millionaire right now, but I tell myself, Jen, $1 million will look good on you, and you're worthy that $1 million, then that makes me make positive moves. Start practicing positive self-talk from today and see what difference that you will have in the next even a week. Thank you for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving and see you tomorrow.